50 years without returning to the moon. Not because we couldn't, but because we stopped. And that should worry you. Because when humanity achieves something this big, it doesn't just walk away. So the real question isn't what happened in 1969, it's what happened after. In 1969, humanity made history. The first human stepped onto the moon. Neil Armstrong changed the way we see ourselves forever. But here's what most people don't realize. That wasn't the end. It was the beginning. For a few years, we kept going. Mission after mission. Exploring, collecting data, pushing further than ever before. And then, everything stopped. Not slowly, not naturally, but abruptly. And this is where things get interesting. Why stop something we had already mastered? The answer is uncomfortable, because it has nothing to do with capability. The Cold War created the space race, a battle for dominance between superpowers. And once the goal was achieved, the motivation disappeared. But here's the part no one talks about. The moon didn't lose value. We just stopped needing it. Or at least, that's what it looked like. Because decades later, something changed everything. New discoveries revealed something unexpected. Water. Frozen, hidden, but undeniably there. And this is where everything shifts. Because water in space, is not just water. It's oxygen. It's fuel. It's survival. Which means the moon is no longer just a destination. It's a gateway, a stepping stone to something much bigger. And that something has a name. Mars. But getting to Mars isn't just difficult. It's one of the greatest challenges humanity has ever faced. Extreme distances, long-duration missions, and an environment that is completely unforgiving. So before we go there, we need to learn how to survive somewhere else first. And that place is the moon. A testing ground. A training environment. A place to prepare for the next giant leap. And this is where the future becomes very real. According to Elon Musk, humanity must become a multiplanetary species. Not as an option, but as a necessity. Because relying on a single planet is a risk. And for the first time in history, we're doing something about it. Companies like SpaceX are building the technology to make this possible. Not in theory, but in reality. And this is where everything accelerates. Because this is no longer just about exploration. It's about expansion. And we're not alone in this effort. This isn't the old space race anymore. This is something new. Multiple countries, private companies, all moving at the same time. Competing, collaborating, pushing forward. And for the first time in over 50 years, the mission returning to the moon reflects that. Because this time, It's not just one nation. Among the crew is Jeremy Hansen, a Canadian astronaut who will be part of this historic mission. He will become the first Canadian to travel around the moon, and one of the first humans to return to deep space since 1972. And that changes the narrative completely. This is no longer about who gets there first. It's about who is ready to stay. But beyond all the technology, beyond the missions, beyond the ambition, there is a deeper question. Are we alone? Because the moon doesn't show signs of life. No atmosphere, constant radiation, extreme conditions. And yet, the universe is vast. So vast that the idea of being alone starts to feel unlikely. Not impossible, but unlikely. And maybe that's the real reason we keep going. Not just to explore, but to understand. To find meaning in something bigger than ourselves. Because in the end, we're not just exploring space, we're trying to understand our place within it. The moon was never the destination. It was the beginning. And what comes next could redefine what it means to be human. So when we finally step beyond it, when we reach Mars and go even further, we might realize something unexpected. This was never just about going out there. And then, the only question that truly matters remains. Are we exploring the universe or simply trying to escape it?